So I decided to do a video today here of where I'm staying. I'm staying at Tiny Away at Grampians Edge. This is basically a tiny house park. It has over 20 tiny houses and a couple of cabins over here, and it's situated in the Grampians National Park, which is 3 hours away drive from Melbourne City. It's a really beautiful national park. Lots of very interesting rock formations and like mountains for hiking and so on. And also some very beautiful lakes and waterfalls. So I decided to make the video today because the weather today is just really nice. I think a lot of Australians might disagree with me, but as you can see, it's pretty cloudy right now. It had just rained. It has been raining for the past I would say 20 hours or so. And just before that, the previous 3 days were actually like heat wave days, so it was really hot during those 3 days, and the temperature only started like coming down around like middle of yesterday afternoon when it started like raining. So right now, past the tiny houses, there's just open land, lots of trees. There's actually a family of kangaroos somewhere within here, but they usually only come out like usually in the dusk or dawn. I've seen them a couple of times. Can be quite annoying when they jump in front of your car, which happened once to me when I was driving out this park, which thankfully I did not crash into it, because I think that wouldn't be fun for me either. So this fence over here is the boundary of the park. Past this, the land is owned by someone else, and there's usually some sheep grazing here, but I think the owner of the sheep may have brought the sheep to somewhere else to graze, because the sheep probably have finished grazing the land over here. But it's really beautiful, as you can see. The mountain is right there, lots of trees, and just open land, nature. So usually I like to hang around this area. It's quite peaceful and away from the rest of the tiny houses. Every morning I would wake up. I would get woken up by the birds first. They usually start making a lot of noises right when the sun rises, which is around 6 a.m. nowadays, since it's going into summer already. But usually I will just go back to sleep and then wake up a bit later. There's one tiny house situated here, but usually this is not occupied. I don't think I've seen it occupied since the 4 weeks that I've been in here. So I arrived here exactly 4 weeks ago, and I'm working as a housekeeper over here, so basically cleaning up the tiny houses and the cabins, and I also help part-time whenever needed with the property manager over here with her kids, as an au pair, so taking care of her kids. So as you can see over here, this is my favorite swing. So usually I try to take like 2 to 3 jogs every week. just going around this tiny house park, and like whenever I finish my run, I will usually like end up here and just like chill at the swings, look at the scenery up in front. Yeah, it's just really serene. There's pretty much nothing going on. So right now it's Sunday close to noon, and most of the guests have already checked out, because like they would have driven back to wherever they come from. And yeah, so just for some bearings, the west is over there. So usually the sunset would be over there. So in the late evening, late afternoon, it's quite beautiful. There's just like vast open land over there. There's a couple more tiny houses out there that are basically stored there for the time being, before they get deployed to wherever they're supposed to go. But for now, they are just parked there until they are ready to be transported to whatever their final destination is. So as you can see, I'm just walking through some bushland over here. I really think that the plants over here seems like so much more alive after the rain. Yeah, because as you know, Australia can get pretty dry most of the time, and right now, after the rain in the past 20 hours, and yeah, it's just so beautiful after the rain. Even though it's really cloudy, but the weather is really nice. The temperature is around like 23-24 degrees, and just look at the plants, for example. It just looks so much more alive right now, compared to like previously, when it hasn't rained for like multiple days. So right now we are at this little pond, I would say. Yeah, so there's basically a little pond over here. Yeah, and the host family has actually built a very nice bridge across the pond. If you just zoom it in, yeah, so there's a bridge across the pond. Yeah, and then like across that little shelter over there, there's some like barbecue facilities, but it's not open yet. I think it's not fully stocked up, so yeah. Yeah, so it's really nice. There's mountains over there, tinies, and then there's water over here. So yeah, I mean, like, what more can you ask for, right? Yeah, so continuing on, yeah, this is basically like my running route as well. I'll just run circles round this park. It's very easy to navigate. I mean, everything is just a circle, and it's just nice running on this trail running. Yeah, so it's been quite a quiet weekend for the tiny houses. Not much reservations this weekend, but yeah, apparently it will get a lot busier as we approach summer. Right now we are at the tail end of spring, approaching summer, and yeah, I definitely got a taste of like summer with the last 3 days of like heat wave already. The temperatures were up to like 36, 37 during the day, and I'm just so glad that there's like a lot more cloud cover today. And look, we have a swimming pool over here as well. Yeah, I haven't tried it. I don't think I would be interested in trying it. But yeah, usually it's just mainly used by the kids of the host over here. It looks quite pretty. But yeah, not really my thing for now. Yeah, so more cabins over here. Tiny's. That's actually where my host stays, and the office is also there for check-ins or any guests who come over. So as you can see, like each tiny, you have some like chairs outside for you to lounge in, which is quite a nice touch. Although the tinies can be quite tiny inside, but yeah, it's quite a nice touch. So over here we have a rec room and kitchen, which is pretty nice. I spend a lot of time over here because sometimes, especially during the heat wave, my caravan can get really hot and stuffy. So I will just like come out here and like spend the whole day here, like reading a book, or you know, like watching TV and so on. There's a barbecue here, which is actually operational. Multiple guests have used it. Yeah, and then I spend a lot of time like in the kitchen as well, like cooking up my meals, because it's just so expensive to eat out in Australia. So I just spend most of the time. I just mean I spend a lot of time like making my own meals. Like I pretty much eat in or cook maybe like at least 10 meals a week. And then there's this like really sweet little like playground for kids. Nobody uses it much other than the host kids. But yeah, quite a nice little area. And yeah, so pretty much back to where I started. There's just one whole round. That's the entirety of the tiny house park. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's also like the toilets and laundry as well. Let me just walk towards there to have a look. Yeah, so the toilets and laundry room is also really great and very close to my caravan. So you can see that, yeah, the woman, the man are just there. The laundry is right in the middle. Zoom it in. Yeah, woman over here. Laundry in the middle, and then man at the other end. So yeah. And there it is my caravan and my car. As you can see, yeah, it's nothing too fancy, but honestly it's quite nice. Yeah, I love it. Like in the middle of the night, you can really just stargaze. There's just so many stars here when there's no light pollution, and it's just really awesome. Yeah. And yeah, just zoom in on the plants over here. Look at how green they are after the rain. Really lovely. Yeah, so that's about it for the tour. Hope everyone get a glimpse of like my everyday, and hope you enjoy it.